Everybody ready now?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining me this morning. As you all know, yesterday was a tragic day. Yesterday about 3:25, we started getting calls of a vehicle versus a pedestrian. Our units arrived and found a victim, which was a 12-year-old girl. Her name is Lana Carlos, and she's out of Castro Valley. She was a middle school student at Creekside Middle School. From that event, what we know is it happened at Manter Road, M-A-N-T-E-R Road, and Crow Canyon Road here in Castro Valley. The suspect vehicle was a black lifted Ford F-150. That F-150 was being driven by Joshua Byrne. He is a resident out of Hayward, a prior resident of Castro Valley. Byrne was driving his Ford west on Manter Road and making a left turn onto Crow Canyon, which would be southbound. At that time, there were two little girls in the crosswalk who had the green cross signal. They were crossing the street, and about midway through, for unknown reasons, Joshua turned left and collided into Lana. Lana was dragged for several feet and suffered fatal injuries. Joshua then fled the scene, was last seen heading towards 580 on Crow Canyon. We had teams working tirelessly through the night to track down Joshua, and Joshua turned himself this morning, just shortly after 8 a.m. here at our office. He was with counsel. We have taken him under arrest, so he is currently under arrest, and he is being charged with felony hit and run and vehicular manslaughter at this time. There are maybe more charges to come.
Do you say why he didn't stop?
He did not.
How instrumental was the neighbor security camera video?
The security camera footage was insurmountable. It provided us just a substantial wealth of information and evidence that helped us with this investigation.
Was it a matter of time that you were closing in? Because you could see those license plate number on that camera. So was it a matter of time whether he would turn himself in, or you were just going to knock on his door and make the arrest?
Yes. There's a lot of questions out there, a lot of speculation on social media. Why we couldn't do this or that. The point is, when law enforcement's working a pretty sensitive case like this, we have our information, we're working on it. We don't want to put anything out that's going to jeopardize the suspect, knowing that we're onto him and allow him to run or hide. We did have units, we did know where he was at, and it was just a matter of time.
Did he call you in advance, say, hey, I'm coming in, or did he just show up at the front door?
He just showed up this morning.
With his lawyer?
With his lawyer.
How would you characterize his level of cooperation?
He's very calm right now.
And this is live on our streaming service, Chronon. Did he give a reason why he left the scene?
He gave no explanation, no reason, nothing.
Is he showing remorse?
Okay.
Not at this
Let me
point.
step out.
Why
What
did
was
he
he
turn
doing
himself
after that?
in?
Dave Walters with the
We-
CHP giving a news
he
conference.
obviously-
and right before the news
We can
conference,
speculate why he turned
did
himself
give us
in.
a
Obviously, he
picture
knew he did
of the
something
suspect.
bad,
He's
but
inside right now. In
he
fact,
found
we
it.
show you
It was hard to
the
turn himself
suspect's
in.
picture. His back
Again,
is
it was just a
turned
matter
to
of
us,
time
and it's
before
just a
we
matter of
could get
time
him.
before
Do
he
you think
walks
that
out,
surveillance
which we
picture,
will get
still
video
picture
of
with his
as
truck
he
and
has
his like
been placed
license
under
plate
arrest.
played a role in his decision
At
to
around
turn himself in?
8:15
Absolutely. I think also because the amount of response we got from the community, the amount of information that we already had initially, played a big role there.
Will it hurt him that he didn't stay at the scene? Will there be more charges for fleeing the scene?
The charges right now are felony hit and run. So that's the main charge. So that is a felony, and obviously the hit and run is because he left. And we did see that Joshua, after striking Lana, stopped, looked, and then took off and left her in the roadside.
How is the family doing?
The family is grieving.
You know the family prior to this.
Yes.
What can you tell us about Lana? What can you tell us about the family?
Creekside middle school student.
What was he doing in that neighborhood? He obviously doesn't live there.
Right, so he's not a resident up there. We think he was doing some sort of construction work.
This is very personal for you outside of your normal job as a law enforcement officer. Can you tell us a little bit about her, a little bit about the family?
Right, so it hits home a little harder just because we're in a small community. My daughter goes to school with him. Members of our church.
What kind of kid was she like?
Really good. Not deserving of this.
As a dad yourself, this must be really scary. She was just walking home from school. She was obeying the rules.
She was. She made all the right decisions, and it only takes one person to make the wrong decision to ruin everybody's life. So, and it does hit harm. You know, it hit home.
Crow Canyon Road is technically a highway. What kind of efforts will there be to add crossing guards to make it safer? A lot of neighbors who live around there say people just go way too fast.
Yeah, so Crow Canyon is a major thoroughfare, and it's a cut through for people trying to beat the traffic from 580 into, you know, San Ramon, Dublin, Pleasanton, that region out there. Obviously, after this, we're going to be stepping up enforcement. We have been out there. We've been out there a lot. That intersection is controlled. It is a red light, a light-controlled intersection. There are crosswalks there. It was, unfortunately, that area we have 3 schools nearby, and so they're all within a half a mile. Crossing guards, I don't know.
What would it take to make that a school zone? Would that change anything?
So the school zone has to be directly, immediately around the school. But you know, for changing of purposes, I'd definitely start talking to the Alameda County Supervisor's Office, maybe Alameda County Roads.
But I know it's early, but do you think speed played a role, under the influence, being too high up in that lifted up truck?
So we do not know, just because of the time lapse, if substances played a role in this. However, gathering from what we saw, speed wasn't an indicator. He was just making what would seem a normal left turn. From what we saw, he obviously didn't see the girls in the crosswalk, but once he hit them, he knew.
Had he been texting and driving?
We don't know that.
And has he admitted to anything?
He has admitted not at this time.
Does he have a license, insurance? What's his driving record like?
So right now we do all of information. We can release that a little later. As far as his driving record, I can't release that right now.
Did his lawyer do the talking?
It was a pretty short interview.
Did he stop the interview?
Let's just say he wasn't willing to answer any questions.
Did he answer any questions?
He walked in with his attorney.
He did.
Wait, he didn't answer any questions?
No.
Did he plead? How does that work? So then taking the fifth?
Well, when you're under counsel, you're taking your counsel's advice as far as talking to law enforcement. That's their right. Some of them are Miranda rights, but at this point, we have enough where we don't need his statement.
But did you have a warrant out for him?
So that was all working last night.
Because if you turn yourself...
One can assume, connect the dots, but I don't want to be speculative in this case. But yeah, we had, and again, I just want to thank our investigative service team, our lead officer on this, for just putting in the legwork, a lot of hours last night. And again, we were going to get him in just a matter of time. And we were just making sure all our ducks were in a row, that we had everything lined up, and that we were going to do this in a safe manner. And we're glad that it turned into a safe surrender.
And just to be clear, he did not answer any questions. It was a short interview.
Correct.
That was on the request.
Yes.
What's your first name? Carrie?
J-A-D.
This is Kelsey. Walters.
Walters. Officer Walters.
What's the community response been?
So the community response has been amazing. Out there at the scene last night, we had a lot of residents that were hanging around and inquiring what they could do to help, and just, left shocked. So we're working right now. I'm in contact with the church that they were members at, and see if we can get a main point of contact, or that we can send people to if they want to help out, donate, or anything they can do.
And we'll share that as soon as it's ready.
As soon as I confirm that, I'll push that out to you.
Great.